It's the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia, with your host, Bob Snap.
Hi guys, welcome to the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia. I ask you before we get started, do not get upset with me about this. This came from George Lindsay, and this is kind of the other side of Mayberry. This is what's behind the scenes, and some of you may not care for. I think it's very interesting, and like I say, in a lot of things that Andy did and stuff, he wasn't the same person that he was back then. So, I mean, and guys, we're fans of the show. We're fans of the characters. You can't expect the actors to be the same as the characters. It's just impossible, especially as stand-up moral as they are, you know. Anyway, let's get into this. Goober looks at the other side of Mayberry. As George Lindsay tells it, he met Bob Denver, who played Gilligan on Gilligan's Island, on the set of Love American Style. Two actors became friends. Lindsay, who played gas-pumping Goober on the Andy Griffith Show, and Denver, star of Gilligan's Island, obviously had some things in common. Both were successful and both were forever typecast, it seems, as clowns. But things turned nasty at Denver's home. The new friends began fighting over who was the better actor, Goober versus Gilligan, to the finish. Lindsay said he couldn't help but echo Skipper during their fight, saying an exasperated, "Old Gilligan." A tendency to scrap and to drink permeates much of Lindsay's life, as he related in his memoir, Goober in a Nutshell. Lindsay Griffith and other cast members partied in distinctively un-Mayberry fashion when the cameras weren't rolling, according to Lindsay. In the book, Goober in a Nutshell, he tells of joining Griffith, Jack Dodson, who played Howard Sprague, and Ken Berry of Mayberry RFD, in drinking a quart of whiskey apiece, donning aviator caps with goggles, taking a white limo to see country singer Merle Haggard perform. Haggard, no shrinking violet, allowed the drunken TV stars to jump up on stage and sing with him. They all ended when he got sober in the early 80s, said Lindsay. Sitting in a Nashville restaurant, he wears a baseball jacket stating his claim to fame in bold letters on its back, Mayberry. The man forever known as Goober is eager to tell a few tales and reflect on acting career that began with classical training and veered into a dirt road leading to the Andy Griffith Show. Most actors would be happy with a place in television history guaranteed by that most enduring of sitcoms. But typecasting as a rube takes its toll, and it left Lindsay with a chip on his shoulder that took years to knock off. For years, Lindsay, 66 at the time, resisted and resented it. He then embraced Goober, but sometimes it still grated. Do you still keep in touch with the other people from the show? Asked a waitress as he clears away the salad plates. No, we've all drifted apart over the years, Lindsay answered. Slight weariness in his voice betrays the number of times he's been asked that question. Earlier, he'd given the best of a Goober collection to that restaurant manager, even though I don't make a dime off them videos. Sometimes I say the Goober killed George Lindsay, he said, and I think of all the roles I have in me. And other times I think, all you have to do is hit it out of the park once. The Andy Griffith Show was a home run, airing over 10 years if you count the post-Griffith spinoff Mayberry RFD. The show's depiction of a small-town life and values made it an acknowledged television classic, still running in syndication now. What compares to it, he said. Mary Tyler Moore? MASH, maybe. I think it's the best show ever. A couple of months before this was put out, Lindsay showed up for a surprise appearance on the Grand Ole Opry in full Goober regalia. Beanie atop his head, pants hiked up to the sternum, tire gauge, and pencil in his shirt pocket. He brought the house down, and he was invited back. He's also the first Griffith cast member to write a memoir. He turned out Goober in a Nutshell with the help of Mayberry fanatics Ken Beck and Jim Clark. The requisite Mayberry anecdotes are there, as well as behind-the-scenes stories from the other long-running shows, Hee Haw. The book reveals that Lindsay, a native of Jasper, Alabama, is a graduate of the American Theater Wing of New York University. He played the lead role of, this is a good one, Cassian in a production of Gogol's Marriage for the class graduation play. No idea what that is. He won guest roles in shows like The Twilight Zone and Gunsmoke before joining The Griffith Show as a replacement for Jim Nabors, who actually beat him out for the role of Gomer Pyle. Lindsay says cast members lived in fear of Andy Griffith on the set. Most of us were deathly afraid of Andy, Lindsay writes in his book. We were all scared to make a move. If Andy thought something was funny, then it was funny to us. He literally controlled every aspect of the show. So we were always trying to please him, or at least I was. He always said that you always knew whether you did a good job or a bad job, because if you did a bad job, you wouldn't hear anything, because Andy would be silent about it. If you did a good job, Andy would call you the next day and let you know that you did a good job. Great way of handling a set, in my opinion. And I'm no judge on people going out and getting drunk. I'm a recovering alcoholic. I've done it a lot. But each one of them drinking a quart of whiskey, I have a real hard time buying into that. That's a lot of whiskey, man. A whole quart of whiskey. I don't think they'd be able to get up on the stage. They may have been drinking from a quart of whiskey. To drink a quart of whiskey apiece, there's no way. That's what I believe, anyway. Loved old Goober, old George Lindsay, good man, too. That's all I got for you. Hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please like this video. And please don't forget my other videos for today. Classic Real Comedies, Facts, and Trivia is on 6 fascinating facts. And I mean, these are cool facts. So you're going to want to, regular facts I have all the time. These are got some cool facts in them. So you got to watch that. About Petticoat Junction. And they're really good facts. Classic TV Facts and Trivia is Where Are They Now from the Cosby Show. Now we all know where Bill is, but don't mess with that. I'm just the rest of the cast where they are now, and that's pretty interesting as well, I thought. Classic rock and country music facts and trivia is, give me just a second here. Country stars that had overdosed on drugs and alcohol. I know I get kind of down over there, but this is some interesting stuff. It really is. And Faith and Entertainment, The Chosen by the Numbers. And you'll find that really interesting too. And this is a show you just got to see to appreciate. I'm telling you, it's the best thing on TV right now. All I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please like this video. Please just punch that thumb. Just click it. And it'll help us get a little bit more bigger family. You guys have a great day. God bless you. And I'm praying for you.